2 words, Revo Fitness. Here's a few more. Simple, 24/7, reformer Pilates, body scanners, massage chairs, squat racks, free weights, pin and plate loaded equipment, no lock-in contracts, no bullshit. All of that and more from just $9.69 a week. That's surprisingly affordable. Join now at Revo Fitness Morley or download the Revo Fitness app. RevoFitness.com.au or find the Revo Fitness app in the App Store.
Ricky Lee, Tim and Joel.
On Nova.
Kylie Minogue, welcome. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Very, very good, and so excited to be speaking to you today. Congratulations on the big tour announcement.
Huge, the tension tour
I know.
dates.
It's simultaneously like relief that everyone knows now, and the other part is like, oh, okay, we got work to do.
Can I say a big thank you for releasing this tour about a week and a half after I spent 24 hours getting Oasis tickets. So now I've just come back down to earth and I'm ready to purchase more tickets again.
Okay, that's good. You've recovered. Okay.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Also, I know someone who knows someone who knows someone. So if it all gets too much for you, you just...
Well, I guess that's the beauty of being such a successful solo artist. You've never had a sibling to, fight with and then release a reunion tour all these years later. It's just been you. It's just been you.
There's a lot going on in the live space, and I'll just kind of concentrate on mine, and I'm really looking forward to it.
And you are kicking off here as well, so because I would have thought maybe a big homecoming at the end, but is there a bit of extra pressure to start at home, or is it more of a comfort thing?
It's not pressure. It's just it feels good and it feels right, and I'm really excited to be starting in Australia.
Yeah, I mean, we're so excited to have you back. You have done so many iconic, incredible tours. You're one of the most incredible live performers in the world. You have done so many different styles and shows. What has been your favourite tour so far? I'm sure you're dreaming up something amazing for this incredible tour, but what has been your favourite tour so far?
Favourites? I mean, that's really hard because there's something different in all of them.
Yeah.
I mean, I just was thinking about Intimate and Live in 1998, which was really important for me because, things could have gone one or two ways, and Australia really kind of saved me by celebrating that album. And so I'll always have so much gratitude and love for those shows, which were pretty rock and roll, come to think of it. I mean, I remember I had to really fight to get 2 dancers and can we have that little projection screen with my eyes on? I mean, it was so kind of bare bones, but it was so amazing. I'm not answering your question because I'm not choosing one thing, but Fever Tour for all the obvious reasons because we really kind of smashed it.
Yeah.
And then Aphrodite for all the over-the-top reasons.
Yeah.
Anti-Tour as the antidote to Aphrodite, in that I didn't really know anyone else who'd done something like Anti-Tour, so I was really proud of that. And what am I cooking up for the next one? Well, I've got 2 albums, Disco, Tension, and Tension Sequel, Tension 2. I've got new music within those that haven't, this will be the first time they're in a world tour. Definitely some of the old hits, but also I really want to put some kind of 90s trip, I don't know, like kind of trip house kind of, I don't know, something a bit 90s experimental in there as well. So It's going to be a mixed bag, but I can't really verbalize it yet because we haven't done it. But I
was going to say, have you done it yet?
Have you started planning it yet and everything you're going to do? When do you start dreaming that up?
The kind of bare bones of it, but I've been going through quite a bit of archive recently for another project. So I'm coming across kind of things that I've done before that, I don't know, I kind of veered away from, and I'd like to bring some of that back. And it's some stuff from, well, I'll just tell you, it was this really extended version of Confide in Me that Brothers in Rhythm did in 1994.
Oh my gosh.
It was this whole trip, and I feel like that might I know it would be, I know I would love it, but I think there'd be people at the show who want to be reminded of that time. And then there'll be younger generation who've never experienced that. So I feel like that's my secret edition.
Was a bit back to them, not to make this an Oasis interview, but it was like when someone tweeted, someone said, I got my tickets. Does anyone know other songs other than Wonderwall? And everyone who didn't get tickets was really upset. But I guess you are performing to so many different generations now.
Yeah, I went to see Oasis at Earl's Court, which is in London, which is no longer.
Yeah.
Just when they first came out, and I mean, I was holding a pint. I didn't even drink beer, but I was holding a pint. That places me in that moment in time at an Oasis concert.
The things you do. Yeah.
Has it surprised you? Like, because I mean, sitting back here, you've always been our Kylie, right? So you've always been above and bigger than big. But then to know in the last like 12 to 18 months, you've got a Grammy. You're a global icon at the Brits. Like the Vegas residency. I mean, we're sitting back like we're proud siblings of you. I mean, I've never even met you before.
Oh, that's so nice.
It's so true, though.
Finally, the rest of the world is getting it.
Yeah. There's something in that, isn't there? And I feel the same. It's like, oh, okay, cool. Some of us knew all along, or at least kind of thought maybe this could happen.
Yeah.
And it did happen, and it's nearly taken me out. It's been a lot of work.
Was there a moment that you were just alone with your Grammy and no one else? Because obviously it would have been like this.
No.
Okay. All right.
No, I have to put that on the to-do list. Just Grammy me. But that was
maybe fill it with beer like you did at the Oasis concert.
Yeah. I might move to champagne. Let's see.
Okay. I like that.
But no, there's been tons of great stuff in this last year, and now we've just kind of announced more or less the shape of the next year. So,
I mean, you really never stop.
Basically.
Like, it's insane. I feel like even I was just thinking back too, like even through COVID, and you were just saying before about people finally get it, like watching your Infinite Disco show that you put on. So many people put on these shows when we all couldn't see live shows and concerts, and we couldn't leave our houses and all of that kind of stuff. And, you know, the biggest artists and stars in the world, Sam Smith, Dua Lipa, all of these people did these kinds of shows, and no one could compare to what you did and the show that you put on. And it's a real testament to your team, but also your catalogue and you as an artist. Like, it's nobody comes close.
Well, I mean, I guess I can be my own worst enemy sometimes, because I literally was speaking to someone from my label, not yesterday, I was on a plane yesterday, day before. I said, you know what, I need to say like, hey, Minogue, just go at 84.3%. Don't go 104.7. You don't need to. And he said, yeah, I don't think you can do that. And it's true, I don't. No matter what I'm doing, I really, I guess it's just my MO. I want to put everything into it. So
a Minogue 83% is probably like a normal person's 2,000% though. So I'd be happy with a Minogue 82%.
But, you know, I'm driven and I'm passionate, and I want the end result to be as good as it can be. So thanks for acknowledging that on something like Infinite Disco, because it was obviously a weird time. But yeah, and it's about the team you have around and how you can just make it the best as possible. Also bearing in mind there's no perfection. I've definitely learned that. Just make it as best as possible. Perfection is up. That's a whole other...
You can strive for it, though.
But that's what you both do. Because so Ricky performed at the Enmore Theatre last Saturday night, a sold-out show. And it was magnificent to kind of watch someone that you're so close with do their thing. And I remember seeing you straight after, and you came off, and you're like, I don't know. And then you watched it back.
But
you watched it back, and you're like, it was pretty perfect.
Yeah, it's not true. Do you find that when you watch it back and you go, oh yeah, I wasn't in my right frame of mind when I came off stage? You think everything's
you don't want to be with me after a show. I mean, you've got adrenaline. You're doing what you need to do, but you're also, I don't know, I feel a bit like an F1 driver sometimes, because you're kind of smarter, faster, braver. You're extra things than you are in your normal life. So all this stuff happens on stage, and I'm with you. I come off and I go, I know that didn't. What about that? And how was it? And then sometimes, things you're right. Some things didn't go the way that you would have hoped. But more often than not, it's just you've got to this kind of this energy lifts and you go, actually, that was free. Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Yeah, I think it's funny.
I
'cause-
completely understand what you're talking
There's
about.
just so much. I think people don't realise this. When you're performing on stage, yes, you've rehearsed the show and yes, you've done a million rehearsals and you know the choreography and the costume changes and the stage and the way everything's moving and what everyone's doing and what's coming next.
Yeah.
But there's also so many tiny little decisions that you're making in your head the whole way through a show and so many things you're taking in and watching as well as operating in autopilot, and it's just it's crazy.
We could do like a breakout conversation on this because it's really it's there's so many layers to it, and of course all you really want is to, if you boil it down, is like the audience had a good time, and you had a good enough time, and then next thing you know, you're doing it the next night somewhere else. So,
well, take it from me, who's a professional concert goer and never been on stage. I've already had a good time before I've even come into the room. So, chances are we're all going to be fine with it. Whatever happens, you can make 100 mistakes.
Okay,
just so you know.
Now you're performing in Singapore this weekend for the Grand Prix. Is that right?
I am, yeah.
Hence the F1 analogy before. I understand that now. I went to the Singapore Grand Prix a few years ago and I saw that it was Chili Peppers, Muse, Gwen Stefani and Fatboy Slim, and I saw one lap of the race. So the music to me was the biggest part of it.
Well, it's got bigger and bigger. I performed here, I don't know, 9 years ago or so, and there's actually 2 stages. So I'm doing a show on Saturday and Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
But I like F1 and it's going to be an incredible race.
Yeah, are you going to get a chance to actually
Come
stop?
on, Oscar.
Yes,
you can do it.
Are you going to get a chance to actually stop and watch it, or will you be in the zone?
I don't know. I hope so. I mean, it is insanely exciting when I've done it in the past where you get to do grid walk and you're in garage. I mean, it's amazing.
It's a pretty fancy sport, isn't it? I remember doing a little walk behind the scenes in the Melbourne Grand Prix once, and I saw a team, and I say a team, sitting down at a dinner table with a white tablecloth and champagne. I'm like, that is not like the AFL that I'm into. This is a good team sport.
Oh, yeah. What goes on back there is huge. It's amazing.
Yeah.
How do you go about just dreaming up what you're going to do next?
I don't know if I dream it up. I think we just get to work. Like with Tension, when I was working on Tension, it's Golden was different. It was definitely, we wanted to inject some country into my world of pop. So that was quite specific. But normally it's just a case of going into the studio, and I really like to go in with people that I know and love. I've got some favourites in the UK. Biff, namely, he's done everything, but he's most famous for doing the Spice Girls. And I worked with him first in 1999. We did Love at First Sight, Light Years and Love at First Sight. So he's like within the recording world as close to family as I would have. So I don't know if I dream it up in advance, but it just kind of,
it just happens.
Reveals itself.
Wow.
Well, Attention Tour Australia for the shows are everywhere. Pre-sale starts on Tuesday with tickets on sale next Friday, October 2. FrontierTouring.com is the place to go. We have a double pass right now, and this is a question without notice, but I feel like you might be able to handle this. Can you ask a question to our audience that only the biggest Kylie fan would know the answer to, and then obviously off-air give us the answer, and then that's how we'll give the tickets away.
Oh my God. I have to throw it to the team. I need a question that only Kylie fans would know.
Yeah. Sorry to do this to you.
That's a really good question. I'm trying to think.
Well, you can't get tickets if you don't come up with a question.
Okay. This is so random. It means nothing.
I love it.
Right. What's the name of the actor who was in my Some Kind of Bliss video?
Okay.
Who's now a very successful director.
132410 is the number. Now, can you now give us the answer?
The answer is Dexter Fletcher.
Yes.
Now, Kylie, such a pleasure to have you on the show. February and March is going to be so good. It's very soon. As I said, the tickets go on sale everywhere on Friday. FrontierTouring.com, the place to go. Always a pleasure. And congratulations with all your success so far.
Sending all the love, and I'll see you when I'm home.
See you soon. Bye,
See you,
Kylie.
Kylie.
Ricky Lee, Tim and Joel.
On Nova.
2 words, Revo Fitness. Here's a few more. Simple, 24/7, reformer Pilates, body scanners, massage chairs, squat racks, free weights, pin and plate loaded equipment, no lock-in contracts, no bullshit. All of that and more from just $9.69 a week. That's surprisingly affordable. Join now at Revo Fitness Morley or download the Revo Fitness app. RevoFitness.com.au or find the Revo Fitness app in the App Store.